And welcome back to the channel, everybody. Here, Lucas from Mars, again with another video. And this is game 163 here of this first season. So, season 1 going to end here today. And both of these teams finishing with a record of 83 and 79. As you see, the Honey Badgers, of course, in that first wildcard spot. But, yeah, these two teams have to play one more final game here to decide who will play New York in the American League wildcard game. So one more game here to finish off the season, and then we'll go through the stat recap for both the AL and the NL and awards and everything like that. So fascinating matchup here in Mexico City and Vancouver, game 163 here in Palm Park. And, you know, the Diablos were a team that was, you know, kind of always around first place for a while in this season. And, you know, it was a team that we kind of thought was going to be able to be in the playoffs for a while. But Vancouver, again, they've had a really good second half of the season, had a really great month, this last month of the year there, to the final records. And, I mean, Toronto and Montreal, those two teams were also very good. This is overall a very good, decent division here. But you know, those two teams, Toronto losing on their final day of the season, they're not in this game here. And there's Touki Toussaint, 64 innings for him, and this is his 12th start since being called up to the majors, and he's been pretty good, man. That 3.29 ERA, I will take those numbers for him. And you know, he's the guy here, the young pitcher, not technically a rookie, but you know, one of his first years starting in Vancouver. He started a few times last season for, you know, in real life. But one of his first years pitching, and he's going to be the guy that is going to be tasked with, you know, pitching in this really important game. There's J.J. Bleday, 218 average for him, 618 OPS, 44 homers, and 16 home runs. And overall, just all right season for the rookie here. And, you know, it'll be interesting to see whether he is going to be starting again next year. And that was ball 3 there, so the count is full to Bleday. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. It's a curveball high in the zone and blasted out to right field. And it is gone! J.J. Bleday, 17th homer this season. And the Diablos are going to strike first. And early here in this game 163, they go up 2-0. And, you know, Bleday has not necessarily had a great year, but, you know, this is one game here, and basically a second wildcard game. 363 on the distance there. Man, Mexico City scoring first. Big swing right there. There's Tim Anderson, and Tim Anderson's going to swing and miss, and that curveball was a good pitch from Toussaint, but yeah, that was not a good pitch that Toussaint threw to Bleday. It was a high off-speed pitch in the zone. So 2-0 Mexico City. Here's Yasmani Grandal, and we've seen his numbers a little bit already in the last episode, but 305 average, 1.020 OPS, 52 homers. I mean, absolutely insane numbers for him. The 2-2 now, and Grandal is going to absolutely crush it! Deep to left field. That one's a no-doubter. Yasmani Grandal continues to add on to his historic season here. 53 home runs for him this year now. And, I mean, it's the most home runs we've ever seen a catcher hit in a full season. And now 121 RBIs for him this year. Absolutely incredible. I mean, it's kind of crazy because in real life, he really didn't even do anything in the last season that he played. That was a high fly ball. Man, that ball went way up in the air. So now it's Josh Bell. Only batting 228 this year. But now Josh Bell's going to crush this ball to right center field. Oh, on back-to-back pitches. Back-to-back home runs for Mexico City. 31st for Josh Bell. The third of the inning for Mexico City, and it's 4-0 here in the first. So, wow, the Diablos jump all over Touki Toussaint in this first inning here. Man, 3 homers back-to-back pitches leave the yard right there. And, man, this one went really far. 431. Crushed it. Man, that was the furthest of the inning here for Mexico City. And that's going to be a fly ball. 37. Is that a 37 pitch inning? 38 pitch inning right there for Touki Toussaint. Suffice it to say, not a good inning at all for him. 3 hits, 3 homers for the Diablos, and they're already up 4-0 in this game, 163. So here's Shane McClanahan on the mound for the Diablos, and he's got a cushion early. 33rd start for him this year, a 12-12 record, a 3.98 ERA in 181 innings, and a 1.28 WHIP, 181 strikeouts for him. And, I mean, that's a decent season. You know, that's not too terrible there for McClanahan. Here's Charlie Blackmon, a 281 average for him, 18 homers, 66 RBIs. He's been a pretty decent hitter for Vancouver this year. And here's the 1-2, and it's a ground ball over to Josh Bell at first, and that's going to be the first out of the frame here. And Vancouver's offense is going to have to score in this game, of course, to be able to come back. And you got Blackmon there batting 280. JP Crawford as well batting 280. Ketel Marte and Nolan Arenado was the hero of the final game of the season for Vancouver. Anthony Rizzo, Dylan Moore, Gabriel Moreno, David Peralta, and then the final batter there, I think that was Moore, although I might have already said his name. But there's JP Crawford, and JP Crawford, you know, he's had a pretty decent year, and that's going to be dropped in there for a base hit. And overall, you know, I mean, it's a one-game playoff scenario if whoever wins, but there's no one Arenado, and of course, had an absolutely crazy game last time we saw him. 3 home runs, including getting to 300 career homers in the last episode. He's going to ground one into the outfield, so a couple of hits already off of Shane McClanahan. Now, Anthony Rizzo was at the plate with 2 down. 273 average for Rizzo with 19 homers, 51 RBIs. Not too terrible of a season for him this year, but, you know, maybe we'd like to see him do a little better. He's going to swing and fly this ball into the outfield, and Sal Frelick, he's on the move and he can't get to it. Just out of his reach, and that is going to be a ground with double as it bounces over the wall. So that's a run for Vancouver here. Actually, maybe a little unfortunate that it went over the wall, because that probably was going to score a second runner, and that's a pop-up on a shattered bat. So Vancouver, they do get one back off of the double there into the gap by Anthony Rizzo there. 3 hits for them, only 1 run. Bottom of the second, here's David Peralta, who's not had a great season. Took him out of the starting lineup this year at one point because he was just not performing very well. Back in the lineup because of the Austin Meadows injury. And there's Brad Miller on deck, who's only batting 233. So the lineup depth on this team, if they do make it to the postseason here and they win this game, that's a little bit lacking for me. You know, I don't know how really deep this offense is without Austin Meadows on it, as the count moves to 3-2. Here it comes from McClanahan. It's a 4-seamer, 96. Blows it right by David Peralta there. A high fastball, classic strikeout pitch. Now it's Brad Miller, and Brad Miller's going to get a base hit into center field. A diving try there by the center fielder, but there's a man on base. So Brad Miller does get on here. Now it's Charlie Blackmon with 2 down. Back up to the top of the order, and that's a ground ball, but it's stopped by Anderson at short. And they're going to go the short way there to get the out and end the second inning. So Vancouver does get another hit there, but, you know, a good second inning by Touki Toussaint here. Now we're in the third, and it's Tim Anderson is at the plate. One of the better hitters on this team besides Yasmani Grandal, as the 2-2 pitch is there on the corner. A high curve, not necessarily the location that you would want if you're Touki Toussaint there, but it froze Tim Anderson for strike 3. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see if the Diablos can, hold on to this game. New York, they have a kind of a lineup issue as well. I think their lineup is not necessarily that deep. That's a splitter that was right down the middle to Yasmani Grandal that he whiffs on. But, you know, I think this lineup for Mexico City has got some strengths. You know, we'll see. I think their pitching is overall pretty decent. Maybe decent enough for them to go kind of on a deeper postseason run here. But, of course, they got to win this game, and then they got to win that one-game wildcard format. And I kind of wish that this game did have the expanded playoffs because, of course, Vancouver would make it then at that point if we did have the expanded postseason with, you know, all the different seeds in there. That is actually in real life. That was a filthy curveball from Shane McClanahan to get out of the third inning. So the offense is here slowed down a little bit. I mean, nothing happening recently. These last couple of innings are in the fourth inning now. And here's David Bodie. 1-2, and Bodie is going to be a base hit back up the middle. So, I mean, Touki Toussaint is already at 76 pitches, though, in this bowl game with only one out in the fourth. That first inning really was a long frame for him. And you got to look at his line. I mean, fourth hit given up, 4 runs already. Only 1 walk, 3 Ks. But yeah, 76 pitches is quite a bit. So I don't know. He might only be able to really go 4, maybe 5 innings at the most. As there's a fly ball, and it is shallow, and it's going to drop in. Over to third base goes the runner. The throw is way offline. David Bodie's now 90 feet away. A base hit by Sal Frelick. Now 1-0. Oscar Mercado at the plate. Mercado is going to ground it over to third. And there's not going to have a chance or a choice but to go to first base. And that is going to be an RBI ground out by Oscar Mercado. So now 5-1 Mexico City. And there's Jake Cronenworth who gets plunked by that pitch. As now 2 on, and there's 2 out, but now that's going to be the end of the line for Touki Toussaint in this game. And yeah, his 12th start of this season did not necessarily go the way he wanted it to, of course. 5 runs, 5 hits in this one, a hit batter, a walk. Yeah, not a great game, only 3.1 or 3.2 innings for him. So here's Jose Urena, and I mean, really got to try and keep this Diablos offense to where it is right now. 20 innings for him this season, a 2.54 ERA. Really good average against righties. 346 against lefties is a little bit extreme, though. I don't know how many he's really faced this season. But there's J.J. Bleday, and Bleday's going to ground it over to first, and Rizzo will take care of it. But yeah, the Diablos get the run that the Vandals score right back in this top of the fourth inning. 5 hits, 5 runs. Middle of the fourth, it's 5-1 Mexico City. So here's Gabriel Moreno, 0-for-1 tonight, and he's going to take a fastball there for strike 3 on the outside corner. Great pitch right there to Moreno, and that is out number 1 in this fourth. 2 down now for Brad Miller, and Brad Miller's going to ground it back up the middle. Nice stop by Jake Cronenworth, and that's a good play by Cronenworth there to end up going into the 5th inning. And that was a 1-2-3 frame there by McClanahan, who's been pitching well, giving up a little bit of traffic, but still pitching pretty good. Now this shows Monty Grandal, and that's going to be a drive into the gap here, and nearly a home run. I mean, bounced all the winning track and off the wall, and only 2 or 3 speed. So only 14 doubles for Asmani this season. Yeah, I mean, he's going to hit the ball. If he gets the ball into a spot like that, I mean, that's a double for pretty much anyone, a triple for a lot of other guys in the league. But you don't really care how many doubles he gets if he's hitting 53 homers. So now it's Josh Bell, and that's a ground ball. That is going to be an out, but Grandal will move up to third base. Huge spot here to keep this game at a 4-run lead. As there's a ground ball, and Rizzo's got it. Nice play there by Rizzo, and that'll end the top of the 5th. So a double, but no runs. Halfway home, 5-1 game. J.P. Crawford at the plate here, and J.P. Crawford goes around on that 4-seam fastball. Great pitch by McClanahan there on the inside part of the plate, and I mean, he's had a cushion all night long, working really well with it right now. So a 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss in the dirt, as the throw to first base in time, and that's the end of the 5th inning. And oh boy, we're getting kind of later in the stages of this game, And it's not looking great for Vancouver right now. Here's Sal Frelick, batting .213 overall since getting called up. 0-2 to him from Uranus. A swing and a drive! Deep to left field! Frelick gets a home run into right. Solo shot. That's his third of his season since getting called up. And, we saw his first home run as a big leaguer. And we see his third of his career here with that swing. Blast into right field, a no-doubter for him. And a 6-1 lead for Mexico City. Frelick knew it right away, just kind of tossed or let that bat go after he hit it 390 feet to right. And, man, a 5-run lead now for the Diablos. So, that's going to definitely help improve his numbers a little bit. That's a swing and a miss for strike 3. But, yeah, Sal Frelick really showing a little bit more power than you would expect. He's definitely not a power hitter. Power is one of his weaker ratings. But we've seen a couple of home runs, 3 total for him in this season. And no bigger swing than he's had in his career than that one right there. So, yeah, middle of the 6th. And the Vandals are in a little bit of trouble here in this game. They got to get something going offensively here right now. Nolan Arenado is a 2-for-2 on this day. Yeah, I mean, he's doing all he can in these last couple of days of the season to get Vancouver into the playoffs as he takes ball 4. So there's a walk. He's going to get on for the 3rd time today. And here's now Anthony Rizzo. 2-for-2 on the game. He's got a double, a single, and an RBI tonight. 3-1 pitch to Rizzo. And that is ball 4 again. So back-to-back walks here open up the 6th inning. Huge spot and 1 down in the inning. Got to take advantage. Kevin Moreno's at the plate. Line drive. Caught by Cronenworth there at second base. Does not get a double play. But that was a brutal swing. That was hit really hard and just didn't find the outfield grass. Now David Peralta is going to ground it to 3rd. And that's going to be the end of the 6th. So Vancouver got 2 men on, nobody out, and they do not score at all in that 6th inning. That is a huge blow right here in their comeback attempt. So here's J.J. Bleday, and that 2-run homer, first time up in the 1st inning. That's a strikeout. Jose Reyna still pitching here for Vancouver. Looking for him to get, over 3 innings total in this game pitched, and that was a really good off-speed pitch. I mean, not much that Bleday can do with that, even if he hits it. So now it's Josh Bell. And with the man on second base, Josh Bell is going to pop it up over in the infield. Third baseman there to make the catch. So Nolan Arenado's got that one, and we're in the 7th inning stretch here in this game. Vancouver has got 9 outs to work with right now, down by 5 runs. So we do have a pitching change, and Tyler Hearn comes out, 43 innings, and a 6.28 ERA. So not great numbers overall for Tyler Hearn. I get it's a 5-run game, so you don't necessarily need to bring on your top flight reliever, but I don't know. There's a bit better, maybe better guys to go to in a game 163, but he's got the first 2 outs of this 7th inning here, including a strikeout of Charlie Blackmon right there. So, man, you got the top of your order here. J.P. Crawford is up. He is 1 for 3 in the game, and Tyler Hearn's going to come with his first pitch. It's a fly ball, and it's relatively deep. Bleday, near the track, makes the catch. Well, actually, that's Sal Frelick out there playing center field. But, man, end of the 7th inning, and it still remains 6-1. So, yeah, Vancouver's offense has just not been there today for them. They've gotten on base a good amount of times, but nothing else. So here's Dorrinson Hernandez. In 41 innings, he's walked 30 guys this season. That's a lot of walks and an over 5 ERA for him on the year. So not great numbers. Here's David Bodie, though, at the dish. David Bodie is going to ground it over to third base. Nolan Arenado is going to get a double play going and started. And that was a big one there. Wipes the base runner off the bags there for the Vandals. Now 2 down in the inning. And there's a swing and a fly ball into the outfield. The slider that was not well located, but it's going to be an out. So Peralta was there to make that play. End of the 8th inning, right at the top of the 8th. Going out on the bottom, here's Nolan Arenado. And Nolan is going to line this one into the outfield. And again, another base hit. Man, 3 for 3 day for Nolan, and he's got on base all 4 times he's been up. Here's Dylan Moore. 3-2 pitch, and that one misses. So, ball 4. I mean, you need something here in this inning for sure right now. 2 on, 2 out for Gabriel Moreno. Yeah, he's had a clutch hit in the final series of the season. Let's see what he does here. 1-1. Fly ball, but it's shallow, and that is going to be caught by the right fielder. And J.J. Bleday was there. And that is the end of the 8th inning. And man, Vancouver's got only 3 outs to work with. And Tyler Hearn, surprisingly, actually pitches really well in his appearance in this game. And that's a slider to Cronenworth that was outside in strike 3. Now it's J.J. Bleday. As Bleday is going to fly this one a slider into left field. And David Peralta is going to make that catch. So, and in the top of the 9th, and now it's going to come down to this for Vancouver. Can they do anything here in this game? 8-9-1, 2 up in this inning. Brady Peralta, Brad Miller, and then Blackman. And it looks like they're going to keep Tyler Hearn out there in this 9th inning here. So let's see. David Peralta's first up in this 9th, and he is going to fly this one just pretty shallow, center field straight away. And Sal Frelick. There, he gets the first out of the 9th. Now, we haven't seen a whole lot of Vancouver hasn't even really gotten anything going and, getting hits or anything. 2 outs now, down to their final out here of their season. 2-0 to Blackman is a ground ball to short. Anderson fumbles it at first, but then throws it to first base to get the outs. Blackman is gone down at first base, and that is the end of the bowl game. And a win for Mexico City. Not a particularly close game. I mean, Mexico City had a 4-0 lead after the top of the first inning, and they really didn't look back in this game. The Vandals got 7 hits, a few walks, but they did not come through when it mattered the most with runners in scoring position in this game. With really runners on base in general. And their late season push, unfortunately, will come short as they will not be in that playoff game. Their season ends right here. So Mexico City is going to clinch that last wildcard spot, and they will go into the wildcard game. They're going to play New York in the American League wildcard game. We'll have those wildcard game episodes for you in a couple of weeks or a week or so. I do, of course, have to do the stat recap for this final, for year 1 here. You get to see the players of the game. Yasmani Grandal with his homer and a double in this game. That's the player of the game. And Shane McClanahan pitched really nice, really good in this one. 6 innings of good baseball for him. And, you see those averages and the RBIs. Grandal, 53 homers and 121 RBIs. Josh Bell finishes with 31 homers and 75 RBIs. Bleday finishes with 17 homers and 46 ribbies, and Sal Frelick got his 3rd home run, 13 RBIs. Mercado also got his 48th RBI of this season. But that is going to do it for me, everybody, in this episode. I really wish that this game was a little bit better for you. It wasn't really that close of a game, but Mexico City gets into the postseason. The postseason is going to be really fun. A lot of good episodes, a lot of good games coming up in the near future. So definitely remember to subscribe to the channel. McClanahan's going to finish his season with a 3.9 ERA, 6 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. A really good performance for him. And Tyler Hearn, 3 really good innings, only allowed 1 hit in his 3 innings of work. As Rizzo there, the only RBI of this game for Vancouver, the only extra base hit that they ended up getting all night. So, yeah, definitely the offense was not really there. Nolan Arenado had a great day, 3 for 3 with a walk, but nobody else did really anything for Vancouver offensively, besides, of course, Rizzo and Arenado today. So, yeah, I am going to be leaving home here pretty soon. Actually, 3.2 innings for Tuki Toussaint. And, I mean, my next couple of weeks are going to be pretty busy. Toussaint with a 3.69 ERA. That's what he finishes with. Jose Arena, pretty good. 3.1 innings. Only gave up 1 run. And Hernandez pitched 2 innings, didn't give up a run. My next 2 weeks are going to be pretty busy, honestly. I'm going to be kind of traveling back and forth as I am going to be in Colombia late next week, kind of middle of the week. So I don't know how much time I'm going to have to really record episodes and get that out to you here in the next couple of weeks. So, I mean, it might be a little bit before I actually release the season or the stat recap videos. I want to get those out as quick as I can so we can get to the postseason. But, we'll try to maybe record them, both of those episodes, before I leave tomorrow. And, we'll upload those later on this week and next week so we can get to the playoffs. But that is going to be it for me, everybody. I thank you guys for watching this first season. The second season will definitely be a lot shorter, for sure. We're not going to have, 50 episodes in year 2. But this is a fun season 1 and a fun ending to this season. And, of course, the playoffs are going to be great. So, I would subscribe to the channel to, be notified of when I release new videos. Hope you guys have a happy new year and, a good 2024. You've been listening to Lucas from Mars. Have a great day, everybody, and God bless.